Chapter 50. Plan B. I guess he won't be going zip wiring then, whispers Jake. I glare at him. What? I'm only saying, Jake shrugs. I was looking forward to it. Who said you were going anyway, I say. And besides, I'm not worried about zip wire. I'm not even worried about chess. Boys, Mr. Andrews leans over our table. How are those graphs coming along? He turns Jake's book towards him and sighs. Jake, he says, we're supposed to be reflecting triangles on the y-axis, not plotting the Milky Way. Jake laughs. I'm trying, sir. Yes, says Mr. Andrews, you really are. Now come on, why don't you take a leaf out of Felix's book and get some newfound concentration to apply to your maths? Oh, and I think it's brilliant, by the way. But you said it was the Milky Way, Jake says, confused. I meant Felix, he says, turning to me. I'll be supporting you in the finals. Thanks, sir. My heart swells in my chest. I'm used to teachers telling me off, not telling me how well I've done. Thanks, sir, Jake says in a high-pitched voice as Mr. Andrews moves away. What? I ask. You're turning into Rebecca, but I guess that's okay if it's just a bit. I look down at my work. I've been so worried about Grandad that I thought it would get worse, but in geography, I put my hand up and answered a question about rock erosion and deposition. Then, when I went to read with Mrs. Hudson, she had to stop me to let Michael read, because I had read 2 pages already and was going to read another. If Grandad made some tweaks so that chess helped my schoolwork, they seemed to be working, even from his hospital bed. I wish he was home so I could go and see him straight after school. But I can't expect him to play chess as soon as he comes out. I could practice more with Rebecca or play online. I have to come up with a plan. But chess is the last thing I should be thinking about because the most important thing is that Grandad gets well. We need a plan, says Jake as we walk down the corridor towards chess club. A plan? Yes, now your Grandad isn't around, we need another plan. But don't worry, I'll come up with something. After all, I'm your coach. I laugh. It's true, he chuckles. You'd be lost without me. You'd be like a boxer without his trainer, or a football team without its manager, like what's his name? Guardiola. That's it, Felix. Jake pats me on the back as we walk into the library. Rich and Curtis are already playing a game. Rebecca waves at us from a table in the corner. Chris nods, but Rich pretends he doesn't see us as we walk past them. Didn't think you were coming, whispers Rebecca. I sit down next to her and sigh. What's wrong? She asks. He's panicking, says Jake. His Grandad is too ill to play and he feels bad that he doesn't feel really bad, and he feels even worse because all he's worried about is chess. How do you know all that? It's obvious, says Jake. He's been walking round like he's lost a dog. I stare at the chessboard. So he feels guilty, says Rebecca. Yeah, that's it, guilty. So you need to come up with a plan. I do, says Rebecca. I thought you were his coach. I am, but even great coaches get help. Even Pep Guardiola, I say. Yeah, even him. But whatever you come up with will only be temporary because Felix's Grandad will be home soon and then he'll take over again. Rebecca shakes her head as she takes a piece of chess out of the box. How is your Grandad anyway? I think he's okay, but he's got to stay in hospital for a while. That's good, Rebecca smiles. Well, not good, but you know what I mean. So, what's the plan? Asks Jake. Rebecca calmly puts the chess pieces on their squares. Well, Jake asks again. It's obvious, she says, looking at me. We play.